Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back, welcome in. Hopefully you all are doing well today. So, I do have my regular set of cards. I've got all of them, so hopefully this will go a little bit better than what it did on Monday. Monday was something else, huh? But we're going to take a look and see what's coming through for you for your mid-week energy reading. So please take what resonates, leave what does not. I invite your spirit guides to come in and join my spirit guides so we can get the best possible message for you. These are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. That's okay. Sometimes not every message is for you. Sometimes it's little tidbits, right? It doesn't always have to be the full message. Who is growling? The cats are playing. Anyway, let's see where we're going. Let's see what wants to come through. Let's see where we're going. Underneath, we have a leg up. Past energy, we've got here and now. Future energy, we have flexible. And I also see this underneath this all that glitters. I'm going to walk away with that today. So what I'm getting is situations that look good, things that, you know, appear to be everything that you want it to be. But I feel like the universe is trying to shift you out of that. The universe is trying to show you that it's not all what it's chalked up to be, right? I feel like you're doing a really good job with dealing with what's in front of you, okay? And that alone is hard enough, right? Well, when situations come in, it's almost kind of like the wool is being pulled over your eyes. It's like that salesman who is trying to convince you that this is a good product. And come to find out it's not really a good product. It could be a knockoff. And that's why I feel like the universe here is trying to give you a leg up, trying to get you ahead of that game, right? The structures and things that you have are not rigid. And I like that. I like that there's flexibility here. I like that, you know, this is not a one-track mind here. It's 19, which goes to 20. If you're looking at, or I'm sorry, 1 plus 9 goes to 10, which reverts back to 1. So it's got an ending of a cycle here. I feel like this is kind of the final oomph before you get to reset, before you finally get to wipe the slate clean. What do we have for underneath? What do we have for underneath? Saw that when I was shuffling. Ascension. Yep, that's exactly what's happening to you. You are ascending beyond these circumstances. Compassion, right under here and now. Love that. And there is withdrawal. Like I said, the universe is trying to get you out of this situation. The universe is trying to not force you in a direction, because that hardly, you know, ever happens. The universe does not force people into a direction. Free will is a thing. Free will is definitely a thing. Now, don't get me wrong. The universe has a funny way of repeating lessons, right? They have a way of making us loop back around to relearn a lesson, to sometimes either make sure we've learned the lesson or to have us deal with certain situations and certain lessons that we did not get the first go around, or we missed, you know, as we chose a different course. It does have a way of looping us back around. With this energy, with what I'm seeing, I don't feel like there is a loop around energy. I feel like you will get this right the first time. Ooh. That was my intuition. That pinged off of my intuition. You're going to get this right the first time. But I feel like that's why, you know, this ascension energy, this, you know, really seeing these situations for what they are is important. It's vital. This doesn't feel like malicious energy. You know, it's almost like you know the wool is being pulled over your eyes. Three of Swords. Hierophant. Three of Pentacles. This could be pertaining to your work. Tower. Give me one more. Nine of Cups. This could be pertaining to your work. It could be pertained to a group of friends that you've got. But at the end of the day, whatever situation it is, I feel like it's not making you feel good with the Three of Swords. I feel like somewhere in your body, you know that this energy doesn't feel good. Something's not right here, right? And eventually that's going to blow up. Eventually it's going to blow up. I'm also hearing clash. It's going to clash with, you know, your own personal happiness here. It's going to clash with what makes you feel good. And that is your intuition trying to be a compass for you, right? So don't ignore, you know, what's happening on the inside, because this is just the underneath. What's happening either behind the scenes or inside of you. I usually go with what's inside of you, or the things that you don't see. That's what's happening. So don't mistake that energy. It could also be a boss. Hierophant could also be a boss. You're showing up as strength. Knight of Pentacles, there's that lesson. The next hurdle is the King of Pentacles. Now it's really taking that lesson from the messages that are coming in and applying that here. King of Pentacles, it's going from being offered to being handled. Grounding that energy is the Page of Cups. Guiding this energy is the Page of Swords, or Page of Pentacles. Page of Swords. I don't have the Page of Swords. We'll see if he shows up. Judgment. Future energy is the Five of Swords. I like that, because it tells me that you're not going to get stuck in this energy, like I said. You're not going to get stuck in this round and round with the end, with the universe. And I saw that when I was shuffling. I don't know if it's still here. It's not. But motion cards, we've got Temperance, the Five of Wands, the Sun, and the outcome is the Page of Swords. There they are. The one that's missing is the Page of Cups. No. Page of Wands. Excuse me. The one that's missing is the Page of Wands. Were you thirsty, Goj? It's Goji. Goji apparently was thirsty this morning. The one that's missing is the Page of Wands. And I feel like it's not that you're not inspired, but I almost feel like this lesson is taking precedent. You know, this is important, because that's what's guiding you. Grounding you is the Page of Cups. What I'm hearing is there's no malicious energy coming from you. There's no malicious energy coming from you. You are handling this with, you know, a flexible nature, flexibility. You're being compassionate, you know, about how you're doing this, you know, and for you, compassion for you is important. These situations, this situation, I feel like you are handling it with somebody who knows the answer. Again, you know that the wool is being pulled over your eyes. You know that you know, are being deceived, right? I'm going to tell you right now, I also feel like that frustrates people. Five of Wands. Because here you are. Here you are. The Temperance and the Sun. And there's the Five of Wands. Right smack dab in the middle of it. It's almost like you're not going to respond in the way that this situation thought you were going to, that these people, whoever you're dealing with, you're not going to respond to them in the way that they thought that you were. It's almost like they were trying to get to the unhealed version of you, the one that was going to react really, dramatically. But you don't. You end up walking, away. You end up leaving that situation behind. So, tell me about this lesson. That one. That one. The Knight of Swords. The Six of Cups. Knight of Swords, Six of Cups, Queen of Cups. One more. King of Swords. I feel like the reason why you know that the wool is being pulled over your eyes is because you've seen this lesson before. And it may not be the exact same instance. And what I'm saying is that, I told you that you weren't going to repeat this, right? Maybe this is the repeat cycle that you finally got the understanding, you finally got the answer for. You finally see it, right? And that's why you're unfazed. It's because this may not be your first go-around with this, but it's your last. It is absolutely your last. This lesson is clarity and compassion, while also being able to keep your boundaries. King of Swords. Not being swayed, by the things that look good, right? I mean, hell, we could take it a step further and move it into relationships where, maybe you were tempted by somebody in the past, right? And that temptation, succeeded. Well, you may be in a relationship or they're in a relationship and that temptation is back. And instead of allowing that temptation to happen, you're like, I learned from the first time. That's the takeaway, is you learned from the first time. So, tell me about this conflict here, this Five of Wands. Six of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Ace of Swords. The reason why they're frustrated. The reason why they're frustrated is because you are unwilling and unyielding to what they want from you. They're trying to come in and shift you down a path that you've been down before. You've been there, done that, won the t-shirt, right? And there's no reason for you to go back down that path, but they're trying to convince you that, things have changed. Or, maybe, that's not how, I remember it. Or, that's not how the situation is right now, right? It's all different. Spoilers, it's not. And I feel like you were doing the best you can, and you are making the right choice. You absolutely are making the right choice with this. So tell me about the Page of Swords here. Because I feel like the Page of Swords is looking in this direction through all of this, right? And they're moving forward, with the Sword of Truth, with the Sword of Clarity. Where are we going with this? Where are we going? Knight of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. Four of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. When you get beyond the deception here, when you get beyond this situation, an actual, opportunity comes in that is exactly what it seems. Knight of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Four of Wands, Ace of Cups. Because I feel like you are the Seven of Pentacles. You've sown the seeds, you've been there, done that, won the t-shirt. And as you're like, I'm hearing the word admire. As you're admiring how far you've come, or, really looking back on this journey through, it's like, whew, I dodged a bullet with that. An actual offer, a Knight of Cups, comes in and offers you something that is really, really, authentic. Four of Wands, Ace of Cups. I'm going to tell you right now, you dodged a bullet. I'm going to tell you right now, you dodged a bullet. You are making better choices. You're not being unyielding with the universe. I feel like this is kind of where these energies meet, and you're like, yes, universe, I see you, I hear you, I know. And the universe is like, as long as you know, we can, withdraw you from this energy. We can move this train right along with you not on it. We can get you on a different train. Wow. Wow. Zodiac signs that I see, we do not have a royal set. I will walk away with Pisces, Aquarius, Virgo, Leo, Taurus, Aries, Sag, more Leo, Pisces, Aquarius, Scorpio, Sag, Leo, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, more Leo. And that is what I see. So, thank you very much for joining me this morning. I'm very glad that we could touch base on this energy today. As always, I thank your spirit guides. I thank my spirit guides. I appreciate your company. As always, if this resonated for you, leave a like, leave a comment. If this message is not for you, but for somebody else, share this with them. It helps. It helps me. It helps them. So, but you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you all again later. Bye for now.